A large police contingent has been deployed in and around Pietermaritzburg High Court as the case between 5 ANC members and the party's current KwaZulu-Natal leadership gets underway. Now, the group took the ANC to court challenging both the processes leading up to the 2015's provincial elective conference and the decisions taken during that conference. For more on that, let's cross live to our reporter Blain Herman, who is at the court. Blain, a very good afternoon to you. Tell us what we can expect from the trial today and who's charging who with what exactly?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Alicia. It is indeed a crucial court battle happening here at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. It's the 5 applicants as well as the 39 respondents. Among the respondents are the ANC chairperson, Sihle Zigilala, his deputy, Willis Mqunu, the ANC itself, other ANC figures, as well as the Electoral Institute of Southern Africa. And basically, it's 5 members of the ANC who are appealing to declare the November 2015 provincial elective conference null and void, basically. But let's get a better perspective on this and get comment from Mdumiseni Mtuli, and he is the KZN spokesperson for the ANC. Mr. Mtuli, thank you very much indeed for your time. Finally, we're here at the Pietermaritzburg court to deal with this issue. Is the PEC ready for this case?
I think the fact of the matter is that this process was not our own creation. I think it was also not created with our own support that the matter must end in court. But of course, as a provincial executive committee, we have a responsibility to defend the organization. We're elected to lead and defend the organization. We are more than ready. The proceedings are unfolding inside the courtroom. And it's quite interesting how the legal fundis are interpreting the constitution of the ANC, including filling gaps where they believe it may not be explicit, but implying certain responsibilities and obligations that it confers to members of the ANC. We are very happy with the current development, and we believe that it's also a lesson to some of the people that might not have been very conversant with the constitution of the African National Congress.
Coming to this court case, what's the ANC's approach? How do you view it in terms of the organization?
Well, firstly, our own attitude is that, to have matters of the organization being settled through a court of law is an indictment to both the leadership of the organization and its membership, because we are growing up in an organization understanding the importance of settling all our issues internally in the African National Congress. But of course, in an event where some of our members have decided that the matters must be taken up to the court of law, then the obligation is upon all of us who are involved and whose names in one or the other structures are implicated in the process to come up and be part of that process, so that ultimately we have a possibility to settle this matter amicably and continue with the important work of leading the African National Congress and the masses of our people.
The buzzword for the ANC for a number of years now, since I guess the 2015 conference, was unity, isn't it? What is this court case doing to the party?
Firstly, it implies that there is a decline, the unity is declining in the organization. That's the first implication. The second one is that it also gives us a very clear lesson, an indication that there are members of the ANC who are not prepared to take heed of what the organization does at a level of the province and even at a level of the National Executive Committee, which calls upon all of us to do a little bit more than what we have done in terms of ensuring that the organizational principles are grounded, properly understood, and all our members are adequately educated to appreciate how their actions at times can tarnish the glorious image and reputation of the African National Congress.
I just want to touch on the implications of such a case. If it goes either way, there are seriously implications, isn't it? What does the ANC's constitution talk about possibly re-hosting the conference, possibly the ousting of leadership? What does the ANC's constitution say about that?
Look, the implications are now going to be as a consequence of what the judges will determine. Really, when you convene a provincial conference, and that provincial conference is presided upon by the National Executive Committee, in terms of our own procedures, that becomes a legitimate meeting of the ANC, which is confirmed and validated. But if the court were to arrive at any conclusion, I'm quite certain that both the Provincial Executive Committee and the National Executive Committee are quite capable to follow the injunctions of the court and to ensure that we fix whatever problems that occurred which might have undermined our processes leading to the provincial conference in November 2015.
So that's one way of fixing the perceived fractures in the party.
Look, at the heart of what we must continue to do, which we are doing and we have to continue to do as the leadership of the ANC, is to consolidate the unit of the movement. You see, one of the decisions we made deliberately was that while we are being taken to court, we would avoid at all costs to subject those comrades who are taking the ANC to court to our own internal disciplinary processes. Because we do not want to create an environment where we are seen to be intolerant and to be opposed to any effort by grieving members of the ANC to have their matters considered and settled in a manner that I believe will be satisfactory to all those who are involved, because it's now before the court of law. We're Democrats, we believe in the rule of law, and I hope everybody who's here and has made us to be here also does subscribe to the importance of the rule of law in our country.
If it goes against you, if the applicants are successful, are you willing to accept the court's decision, or is there an appeal on the cards?
Look, it will depend on the presentation of the facts inside the court. If, of course, there is a very strong feeling from the leadership of the ANC and our legal team that this matter has to be taken up in case of an outcome that does not agree with our own understanding of what is wrong and what is right and wrong, I think it will be within our own right as a leadership to take the matter further to another level of our judicial system. And I think that would not be to say we have a vote of no confidence with the current system, but it would be to say that let's explore the available legal avenues to the organization to ensure that ultimately we come to the conclusion that will be final on this matter, and therefore the organization will focus on the strategic task of leading our people to build a better life for all. Mr.
Ntuli, I know you are eager to get back into court. I'll let you go there. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Mdumiseni Ntuli is the spokesperson for the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. We're going to have a bit of a chat to the spokesperson for the applicants in about an hour's time or so stay tuned for that. But for now, it's back to Alicia.
Thank you so much. That is Blain Herman, live to us from Pietermaritzburg.